preachers in a pulpit hanging on a book, politicians shaking hands looking like a crook. I'm gonna keep walking till my blues are shook, talking about the travel day blues. Mississippi blind boys are on a roll, going to Mississippi with a Nat King Cole. That love shouting from the bottom of her soul, shaking on the travel day blues.
Before we do anything, please give the biggest round of applause of the night for the entire Clark family who are opening up. And welcome to the tiny room, the Kennedys. 1, 2, 1.
Saw something look like a pearl in the mud, talking about them bodies off the blues. Stood on the banks of the Red Sea shore, smoked that water in a 2x4, talking about them bodies off the blues. Monk walked by in a saffron robe, rolling his square wheel down the road, talking about them bodies off the blues. Wheeled it up and he wheeled it down till he came to a place called Nottingham Town, talking about them bodies off the blues.
Well, since we haven't played here before, I'll tell you very quickly how we met. It's something that we've been thinking about lately because this year we're celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary.
And our 20th anniversary as a band, which is even more amazing if you think about it. How many bands last that long?
Even Mick and Keith can't say that. Well, they've been a band for 50 years, but they're not married that we know of. Maybe they are. I don't know, but that's a whole nother topic. But anyway, we first met down in Austin, Texas, at a place called the Continental Club. I was playing a gig there, and we talked about music right away when we met, just like you all. We love music, and we were talking about classic music like Roy Orbison, Everly Brothers, Buddy Holly especially. And then I took off and I went up to Telluride and played a gig. So I was 1,000 miles away from Austin, up in the Rockies, and we really wanted to get back together. And so I finished my gig, and we looked at our old Rand McNally road atlases. Remember the old paper internet, the books they used to call it? And we figured the equidistant point, and it was Lubbock, Texas, of all places. And that's where Buddy Holly was from, and he's buried there. And so we decided we would each drive solo 500 miles and meet at Buddy Holly's grave. So that was our very first date. And it was a cemetery. Like everybody probably goes to a cemetery for their first date. And Buddy Holly has been like our patron saint ever since. So a lot of our songs are kind of a tribute to Buddy, an homage to Buddy Holly, including this one that's on our new album, West, and it's called Lock It.
My heart is just a broken locket. It's tarnished with loss and with pain. It may never be able to open again. For every time I would unlock it and let it slide free of its chain, it would slip through my fingers and fall like the rain. I was living a lonely life, the only color blue, in a world that was black and white, and I found you. So put your hand into your pocket, you'll find that I sent you the key. It will open my heart if you give yours to me. I was living a lonely life, the only color blue, in a world that was black and white, and I found you. So put your hand into your pocket, 'cause darling, if it's meant to be, then we'll open two hearts with only one key. Two hearts with only one key. Two hearts with only one key. Two hearts with only one key.
Thank you.
We decided for our 20th anniversary, I think we could be expected to maybe do some kind of retrospective, looking back at the golden years type of thing. We decided to do the exact opposite and just charge forward. So we wrote 40 new songs, which takes up 3 CDs. So we have 3 CDs coming out this year. A duo one, West, and then Maura's got a solo one, and I have a solo one that will be out in about a month or so. And Maura's is really an interesting project. She did it in collaboration with a poet out in California. His name is B.D. Love, and he's written a few songs, but he mainly writes literary type stuff. And what they decided to do was he would write new original poems as poems, not as folk ballads. So they'd be sonnets or whatever different kinds of poetic forms he wrote in. And then Maura's challenge was to write songs without changing the form and the structure. So they didn't come out as normal folk songs or really any genre songs unless they decided on a specific genre ahead of time. And so some of them are just kind of unclassifiable art songs, I call them, including this one.
Well, this was inspired by a story in a book that he wrote under he's got a couple different names that he writes under. And he writes under the name Lan Yen in this one book of short stories. And the book is called A Day in the Life of a Severed Head. And I always say he wrote it pre-ISIS. It has nothing to do with ISIS, but it's a wonderful book of stories that different characters tell about an event that happens in Los Angeles, and all the characters are from different ethnic backgrounds, and so their stories are infused with the mythology of their culture. And I read this one story about these two little Chinese girls, and they come over from China to America, and they get a job in a factory to pay off their passage, but time goes by, years go by, and their debt never seems to go away. So there's a turning point in the story where one of the sisters is looking out over the wall of what's become their prison, and she knows that something has to give, and she's thinking back on her life so far to the time when the two of them were very carefree and all they cared about was catching fireflies. So this is a song in the sonnet form, and it's called Fireflies. Another one from my solo album, and the album is called Villanelle, the songs of Maura Kennedy and B.D. Love, and this is a song that we wrote kind of as a Civil War ghost story. How about that? It's called The Soldier's Wife. Two lovers steer their tiny boat across a field of blue. by that shore, an island there's for now. They take each other in their arms, and they profess a silent vow. My darling soldier, come home soon. My heart is carved in a thousand trees. My soul is trembling when your voice still whispers in the summer breeze. Tonight the campfire flames will roar, and happy voices rise. They'll trade their pitchy harmonies, and in my tone won't recognize a yearning, sad and simple shade. I'm here and yet apart. And so I make my silent vow, my hand, your hand, my heart, your heart. My darling soldier, come home soon. My heart is carved in a thousand trees. My soul is trembling when your voice still whispers in the autumn breeze. We're going to start a new duo album. We put these albums out a month apart, and Pete's got a solo album coming out soon too. But this one goes back to our duo album West, and it's a song that Pete wrote about a friend of ours' guitar.
Caroline.
It's
Everyone
Caroline's.
knows Caroline.
It's Caroline Doctorow's guitar.
She's got a beautiful Gibson J200, which is the big Gibson. And I was playing it one night. I've been working on it it'd been out of commission for a while, and I set it up for her. And it sounded really great. I thought this guitar should have a song written about it. People write songs on guitars all the time, but they don't write it about the guitar. I thought this guitar should have its own song. So I wrote a little bit of a song, and Maura filled in the verses. And what she came up with was, it's a Gibson jumbo, so you have a limited number of words that rhyme with jumbo. So gumbo had to be in the song somewhere.
It was better than Dumbo.
Dumbo, I couldn't imagine Dumbo playing a guitar. And
It could have been about a hipster neighborhood.
But gumbo worked out fine, because Maura, it took Maura back to the jam sessions that she and her siblings, there were many of them, would have when they were kids, little kids all singing Johnny Cash songs, several octaves higher than Johnny Cash sang them. And there was cooking involved too.
We sang Johnny Cash and Chuck Berry tunes, actually, and we always had a big pot. It was our family and another friend's family, two big Catholic families with many, many children. And there was always one big pot of something on the stove, chili or gumbo or something. So I put the pot of gumbo in the song. And should we tell the story of where this guitar came from?
Yes.
I know you want to know, since we're surrounded by guitars. Every good guitar story needs to be told in this room. So we did this song about a month ago in England. It was the last show of our English tour. And we were singing the song, and a woman, her face lit up while we started to sing this song. And at the end of the night, she came running up to us and she said, I have a Gibson jumbo guitar, and it's a beautiful guitar, and I always played it at all of my gigs. She was a singer-songwriter. it's on all my promotional photos and my posters. It's identified with me, but it's taken on a really bad meaning because I went through a bad breakup, and now it represents that part of my life, and I can't even bring myself to play it anymore.
She sees her ex-husband when she looks at the guitar. That's basically what she was telling us.
And she said, I've been trying to figure out what to do with it, and there are people who want to buy it, but I've decided I want to give it to you. So this is it, and I protested, actually. I said, I can't take that from you. And she said, just please take it, play your wonderful music, and inject it with good vibes, because I know that you generate good vibes, and they come back to you, and that's what this guitar needs. She was like caring for the guitar.
It's kind of like a rescue dog.
It's a rescue dog.
We're giving it a good life now.
Good boy, good boy.
It had tough going for a while.
So that's about all the time we have, so good night.
So we have a song that's sort of about that guitar.
It's a song that,
And it's about Caroline's guitar too.
and this here is a Southern Jumbo.
And it's called Southern Jumbo.
Been too many days of the rain. Looks like it's gonna flood the sugar cane. All the cotton's gone to seed. A little southern sun is all we need. So pour a little pepper on the gumbo. Turn the gears on that old Southern Jumbo. Tighten those nickel strings. How that maple wood loves to sing. There's nothing we'd rather do than stir it up and simmer down the stew. Keep that ladle close at hand. Beggar's banquet for to feed the band. So pour a little pepper on the gumbo. Turn the gears on that old Southern Jumbo. Tighten those nickel strings. How that maple wood loves to sing. There's an upright by the door. Sleeping bags are scattered on the floor. I wish this song would never end. So sing the chorus with me once again. Pour a little pepper on the gumbo. Turn the gears on that old Southern Jumbo. Tighten those nickel strings. How that maple wood loves to sing. Tighten those nickel strings. How that maple wood loves to sing. How that maple wood loves to sing.
I don't know if anyone here is interested in guitar or not, but I did an album last year called Tone, Twang, and Taste. It has a picture of this red Gretsch on the front. And what I did was, my degree is history, not music, and so I've always had kind of a historical interest in music. And I went back to the 1950s styles of guitar before blues rock kind of took over. And there was a lot of interesting stuff going on, which is completely almost disappeared nowadays. Chet Atkins and Les Paul and Merle Travis. A lot of people know about Les Paul guitars, but no one has ever heard Les Paul actually play. But he was really a great innovator.